Hello YouTube. Today we have two backpack sprayers I'm going to be reviewing to show you. These backpack sprayers are both electric, so they're battery operated, so you don't have to manually pump them. And I've seen a lot of these sprayers on YouTube, and they're in Germany, or they're in German or a different language than English. So I figured I'd do a review on these in English so a lot of people can see what these sprayers are all about. I think, there's a lot of battery-powered backpack sprayers out there, but I think that these two are the best, and I'm going to tell you why. Solo's just a really great company. Besides, here in America, they're also, obviously made in Germany, and, you're going to find them in other countries. So they're a worldwide company, and it's really easy to get parts for them. So, if you need something, like, for example, these sprayers, they didn't come with that brass adjustable nozzle. They just came with a fan nozzle. And I called Solo, and they just more than happy, to send out the brass nozzle piece for free. So that was really nice. The difference between these two models is this is a lithium ion rechargeable battery powered backpack sprayer. The 416 Li, it's a lithium battery. Then the Solo 417 is a lead gel battery. So it's a little bit different, but this sprayer is $192 from Forestry-Suppliers.com, and this one I think was $347 from Forestry Supplies. But I did shop around. Forestry-Suppliers.com seemed to be the cheapest, even cheaper than places on eBay or Amazon, and they had free shipping on them as well. Now the 417 here, I was lucky enough to get this in a 6.6 gallon. NorthernTool.com has the Solo 417, but be aware that Solo changed the 417 to a 4.5 gallon instead of 6.6 gallons. So this is a 6.6 gallon 4.7, which I really like that for the large quantity. And Northern Tool didn't have the 6.6 gallon anymore, but Forestry Supplies still had the 6.6 gallon, so I swapped up this one while I could. The one thing about the 417 is it has, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but it has these liter measurements here. This tank has no measurements in gallons, only in liters. So I did put my gallon measurements for 3, 4, 5, 6, and then if you fill it up all the way, that's the 6.6 gallon, right there. And then as far as the Solo 416, they did put liters and gallons on it. So on this sprayer, it has the liter measurements here, and then you can see where it says US gallon, and then it has the gallon measurements here. So like there's 1 gallon, 2 gallon, 3 gallon, 4 gallon, 5 gallon. And then if you fill, 5 gallon, if you fill it up more, here's 5.28. Then if I fill this all the way up to the top, it's 5.81. So this quantity is 5.81 gallons. That's what it's going to fill all the way up to here. But the 417, that's going to be 6.6 gallons. But as I said, they discontinued that size, so now it's only 4.5 gallon. Basically, this lithium sprayer, it's going to run longer. The lithium battery has a rated voltage of 11.1 volts. Capacity is 7.8 AH. It's going to charge from a dead battery in only 5.5 hours if the battery's all the way dead. But it's going to run for 5.9 hours on low. And it has the switch right here for low pressure or high pressure. Low pressure is going to be about 36 psi. And like I said, you're going to run about 6 hours on low pressure. I mean, that's a lot of spraying in between charges. And then the high pressure, instead of 36 psi, it's going to be 63 psi. And that's going to run 3.7 hours. So even on high, 3.7 hours. This sprayer does weigh less than the 417, only weighs 11.5 pounds empty, or 55.6 pounds fully loaded with fluids. Now this sprayer here, this is a lead gel rated voltage battery, 12 volts, capacity is 9 AH, and this one charges 8 hours. So this one charges 8 hours, where the lithium's going to charge in 5.5 hours. But low power low pressure on this is the same. Low pressure is 36 psi. High pressure is going to be 62 psi. Low pressure on this is going to run 4.3 hours, whereas low pressure on this was 5.9 hours. And high pressure on this is going to run 2.4 hours, whereas the high pressure on this was 3.7 hours. And this weighs 17.2 pounds empty. Not sure what it weighs fully loaded with fluids, but it weighs 17.21 pounds empty, where this weighs only 11.5 pounds empty. And the cool thing about the charger that came with these two sprayers, basically it looks the same. The one for the 416 lithium says 416 lithium on here, so this is my charger for the 417. But essentially it's the same, hookup. So like that hooks up right in there. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Let me show you. It hooks up right there, and then this one, hooks up right there. And what's cool is there's a light on the charger right there. So it'll be a red light when it's charging, and it'll switch to a green light when the battery's fully charged. Now, one thing about the 417 is it has a drain right here. So if you're done spraying and then you rinse out the tank with water, you can drain it out. Now you might notice the 416 doesn't have a drain. It has a drain that's actually pretty cool, believe it or not. It's hidden. So you just open this up, and then what you do is you just take off this hose right here, and then that's your drain. And all you do is you just open this valve open. Not gonna do it right now. Well, I guess I can. So we're gonna open this up right here, and then you see that's just plain water coming out. But that would be your drain, how you would drain the tank, if you didn't want to dump it upside down, to drain it out of there. So then once you close that, there's no water that's going to come back up. And then it has a place right up in there where it just connects, and that's where it stays. Then here's your lithium battery if you want to see what that looks like. But as I was saying, you don't have to open this up to charge it. The charging port's right there on the side. So we'll go ahead and close this back up, and you just turn that. It's cool how the 416 has a stand here, so it can stand the spraying wand up, and it has a pressure gauge. You don't really need it, but it comes with it, so it's nice. Where on this sprayer, I'll show you what the battery looks like. Just turned around. There's no reason to ever get in here, but that's what the battery looks like. So you can see this gel battery is definitely a big battery. So it does add some weight over, your lithium battery. And the 416, it doesn't come with the belt strap, where the 416 here does. So let me show you that. You don't really need a belt strap, but if you're spraying on an incline or a hill, it definitely is going to give you some more stability. So you have really nice shoulder straps, and then this one has the hip belt right here. So that would go around your belt just like that. They're both really comfortable. The 416 lithium, is definitely probably the way to go, just because you're gonna have longer run time. It is more expensive. It's probably worth it, but the pressure is going to be the same on these, as I said. The 36 pressure, 36 psi on low, and the 63 psi on high. I will spray them for you just to show you. But other than that, just really great sprayers. Like I said, they only come with that fan nozzle. But if you call Solo, they'll be more than happy to send you out the adjustable brass nozzle, which is really nice. So let's turn this on, and we'll show you what these sprayers can do. So we'll turn it on low pressure first, and you can hear a little noise of the pump kick on, and you can see we got pressure. So there's the low pressure. And then this has an adjustable nozzle tip, as I said, so you can adjust the nozzle spray. And then we'll switch it to high. And that's the high pressure. You can definitely feel when you use it that it is giving more pressure. These sprayers are great if you have a big area to do. If you have just a little area, a pump sprayer, might be fine. But if you're doing a big spraying job or you're spraying, for a long period of time, it definitely can get tiring to keep pumping. And that's what's really nice about these, is it's just fully automatic. There's no pumping required. Let me adjust the nozzle tip for you. Okay, I adjusted the nozzle tip just to show you, how these sprayers will shoot way out, if needed. So that's what's really cool about the adjustable nozzle. Usually, for most spraying, I'm gonna have it about on fan, like a kind of, like a fan spray, but not totally a fan spray. So let's take a look. So there you go. So that's high, and then I'll go back to low. And that's low pressure, which, for most of the time I'll probably always use it on low pressure, unless I'm looking to really spray in an area really heavily and really fast, then high pressure. So that's the 416, and then you turn the switch off, and then just kind of get rid of some of that extra pressure. Now we'll put this one here, try low first. The wand is essentially the same on both of these. At first, when you first turn it on and use it, because I had all the water rinsed out on both of these, there might be a little bit of air pockets at first. And this is just plain water I'm using here. So that's low pressure. Like I said, the low pressure on both of these is exactly the same, and the high pressure is exactly the same. And I've noticed no difference. I can't say one's more powerful than the other. We'll switch it here to high pressure. So when you have it on high pressure, you can definitely hear the pump a little bit louder, but these are still extremely quiet. It's nothing like a gas-powered sprayer would be. And that's the high pressure. Now I'll adjust the nozzle on this, show you how it can aim really far. And there's the high pressure on the 417, with it aimed really far away. So you could reach out to wherever you needed, to trees or something. You're definitely good for at least a solid 15 feet. And then there's low pressure. So even on low pressure, it's still going to go a really far distance. And then I'll move this one back. Here. Usually I leave the pressure right about there, just because it's really good, for like a fan, but not too much of a fan, not too much of a stream. Now we do have one more thing on the 416 sprayer that I forgot to show you. So it's pretty cool. I don't know if I'll ever use this feature, but the 416 lithium sprayer, what's cool about this wand is this has an extendable wand. So all you do is put the camera down, is you loosen this right here, and then this wand can extend out. So now, then you just tighten this up, and on the 416 lithium, now look how long the wand is. So it has a wand extension, and this wand came with that. I know it's an optional accessory, but it came just like that. I mean, I don't think I'll ever have to use it for that purpose, but if I needed to reach out somewhere really far, then I would be able to do that if I was doing tree spraying. But I'll probably, for the most part, always leave the wand compacted up. So I'll put that back out. Okay, so if you have any questions about the Solo 417 sprayer or the 416 lithium sprayer, please write them in the comment feeds. Like I said, there's a lot of videos on YouTube about these sprayers, but they're all in a different language other than English. So hopefully this can help someone decide on which sprayer they want. There's nothing wrong with the 417 at all. Like I said, it's now only in 4.5 gallons. You might still be able to get a 6.6 gallon. But the cheapest place to buy these sprayers is Forestry-Suppliers.com. And surprisingly enough, Northern Tool doesn't sell the 416 lithium. Not sure why. Maybe it's because it's more expensive. Maybe they don't sell as many of them, but it's definitely a very well built sprayer. And Solo is definitely a great company. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment them and I'll hopefully be able to answer them for you.